Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mailbox Power Mastermind call that happens every single Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, and 11 a.m. So it's not morning there. Well, I guess it technically is still morning on the East Coast for a little bit, but closer to lunchtime. So every Monday morning, we come together to elevate each other and lift as we climb. In other words, there are folks here that are working with different professions that maybe you haven't worked with before, and now you're talking to somebody and need to get the brain trust from the mastermind. Irma, yeah. I saw her posting about insurance, I think, in the group. To come here to get the brain trust of the group, because most likely somebody else here has been working with that type of a profession. But we always like to start the week with wins. And so does anybody have any Mailbox Power wins for the week? Kimberly.
I just want to say, Brenda, I was delighted to win the contest. And I would like to give my prize to Alan.
Oh, nice.
And, Alan, you work with law firms, right?
Yes, I do.
So perhaps we can collaborate because I do sell affordable legal services. So maybe we can just do a little collaboration, but I'd love for you to get the gift.
How nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm
Well,
humbled, Kimberly. Thank you.
awesome. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for participating in the contest, and thank you for being so gracious and giving it to someone else to benefit from the free design that Mike and I offered to bring guests, well, not really guests, new affiliates that had never been on the mastermind call. We will do another one of those contests here soon. It's not going to start immediately. I will give you a heads up before we do it, just like I did last time, and it'll probably run for a month or two, because I truly believe the more people we have on this call, the more all of us learn. So again, thank you, Kimberly. And I think Lulu had a win.
I have a few things in the works that I'm very close to. One of them is super exciting, but I can't say yet. But I will ask Irma, what are you looking for as far as insurance?
Well,
Like help with
I guess my win is that I got invited to speak at an insurance group. There's going to be 25 or 35 people there.
Mhm.
I'm actually going to join their, how you pay to get in those groups.
Yep.
So it's a big opportunity, and I thought, wow, I have all kind of information that because I went through like recordings and stuff, but I can't seem to put together a program like a PowerPoint. I want to kind of go through. I wanted to know if anybody had a presentation I could see, or
Irma, if you go out to our YouTube channel, you'll see lots of my presentations that I've done for BNI in that's an 8-minute. I don't know how long you have. So
I have like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So I would go out and look at those, grab a couple of those presentations and listen to them, because I have to be really quick and I can't elaborate a lot. You could take the same type of slides and just expand it and talk more about how it's good for insurance. And I'm going to go back to what I said multiple times on this mastermind call. Irma, you need to go create a favorites folder of insurance stuff. You need to curate an insurance favorites folder.
Yeah.
And what you offer as a bonus is, I want you to think about, everyone on this call, I want you to think about when you have to go search the design catalog or the automation catalog. Is it quick?
No.
Not generally. Sometimes you know exactly
Yeah.
what you're looking for and you find it right away. But if you're just, especially if you're new to Mailbox Power, it can be like going to the card aisle in Walmart, Hallmark, Target, whatever, and you have all these options and you get overwhelmed. So what I'm going to ask you to do, or what I'm going to highly recommend you do, is go create a folder that's called Insurance Bonus. And what you're going to do is you're going to go find, because I know you were showing some Medicare, I think in the group, you were showing some of the Medicare cards. Go grab those and put them in a favorites folder. Go to the design, and you know how to tag them to put them in the favorites, Irma?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, hold on one second, because I want to make sure that I don't share anything that will be taken off of YouTube. Okay, so there's nothing here. So I'm going to share my screen. So you can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
So we have what's called favorite designs. And up here, you can create a new favorites folder. See that?
Yes.
So I'm going to say insurance bonus designs. And I'm going to create that folder. And now I'm going to go to the design templates. And I'm going to type, let's just do Medicare. And let's say I want to add these to the favorites folder. All I do is see this favorites button. I say
Yeah.
add to favorites. And then I come down here and you're going to see I have tons of folders. Insurance. See, I already had an insurance folder, but here's the bonus designs. So now I've just added that to the bonus, and now I can hit the back arrow and I'm still in insurance. And let's say these right here I like also. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to add it again to the insurance bonus. And then I'm going to hit the back arrow. And I know I've used these for Medicare. So I'm going to say add. And so now I've got a few that are in the Medicare. But I also want like other type of insurance. So I'm going to type insurance and hit return. And now you're going to see here's one insurance postcard paying too much. So let's view that template and add it. And go to insurance bonus designs. And now we're going to go back. And those are Medicare, AEP. I'm trying to find plain insurance. Okay, here's a plug for Mike and I, because I'm not finding, here's PNC. I'm not finding a lot of insurance. Mike and I have designed insurance postcards. We have also designed an insurance automation that we'd be happy to share/sell for a small fee. Here's mortgage protection insurance, but I don't know if it's that type of it. Health before you need it. So this would be health insurance. So you could grab one of these and again, add. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so now once you've got a folder curated, you're going to go to your favorites. And in your presentation, when you get up in front of those insurance agents, you're going to say at the very end, for those of you who are in attendance today only, and please keep this close hold and only to those who show up to the presentation today. So if you do a recording, if they do a recording and somebody watches a recording, the the bonus isn't available or it's not as big of a bonus. And what you do is you do a slide and you say, you put all those designs. So you go to this insurance folder and you grab a snippet of all of these designs. And some of these show a price, but there really is no price on any designs anymore. So I will have to get with corporate and show them that these are still showing prices. There are no prices on any of our designs anymore. And you take a snippet and you put it on a slide, and let's say there's 8 of them, and you can say, I have curated the top insurance designs so that you don't have to spend hours trying to figure out what you want to send. These are proven designs that have worked for other insurance agents. And so I'm going to give you that as a bonus, and you'll have to come up with what the cost of that, in air quotes, the cost of that is, meaning how much time did you save? Like on mine, a lot of times I'll say that's a $500 value, or that's a $250 value, because their time is money. And you put a
Right.
value on it and you say only those who sign up today before I leave, or sign up if there's a lot of people in the room, like you said, there'll be 25 or 30, as long as you call me and get your account set up within the next 48 hours or by the end of the week, whatever you want to say, I will give you those bonus designs. And on top of that, this is up to you. I will give you, if you sign up for an executive account, I will give you an hour of my time to help you get everything set up and get the automations with all your information on it, as much as we can do in an hour, but that way you get trained. Things like that, those are value. What is an hour of your time worth, Irma? Everybody says something different. So you have to
Right.
figure out what you would normally charge for an hour of your time for consulting. And I would call it marketing consulting, because that's what it is. It's not Mailbox Power setup, it is, but you could call it Mailbox Power marketing consultation, 1 hour of my time to help you get started, or get off to a fast start with the system. Would you be interested in going fast or slow? If you're interested in going fast, sign up today or sign up by the end of the week. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Yes. How do you do the snippets? Like do you have an Apple?
No, I have PC.
Okay.
On Apple, I think it's still called Snipping Tool, but just
Is
do
it?
a screen capture, or there's lots of different snipping tools out there. Just Google it. I don't know
Okay.
what they are for Apple. For Mac,
Command Shift the number 4.
Command
Command
Shift
Shift.
number 4. Thank you, Machen. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Mason, how are you?
So that's what I would do, because now you're giving them a reason to sign up now instead of waiting. Does that make sense, Irma?
Yes.
And
My
I'm-
weakest part of me.
is doing an offer.
Well, yeah, that kind of, but I mean, I need to do it. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yep. And to me, something like that is not a hard sell. To me, that when somebody does that, that's not a hard sell, because you're adding value. So if I do it today, I'm going to get a lot of extras that I normally wouldn't get. There are some salespeople that I feel like it's high pressure and it's over and over and over again. And but if you do it today, don't.
Right.
I do it once at the very end. I say, do you have any questions? And then I say, I do have a special offer for anybody who's in the room today. Is it okay if I share it?
That's
Is
good.
it okay if I share it? Would anybody
That's
like to learn about a special offer that I have available for just today? And you can
Kimberly.
say, you can even do the 90-day packages. And say that's not available, because unless you give them the link with the 90-day packages, they don't see the 90-day packages. So that could be a special for today too, in the presentation.
Right.
There are so many ways to take what we have and add value on top of the system, because when you buy Mailbox Power, you buy, as Lulu, as Marie, as everybody said, you buy the system. You don't buy anything else. If they want your time, they need to pay for it, or you need to offer it as a bonus.
Okay.
And I love that adding value. 'Cause when I consult with people and they're trying to come up with a special offer, I say, let's not cut the price. Let's add something. And I learned that from you, Brenda, and being on these calls. And that works so much better, because if you take it away, if they don't take advantage of it, you're still getting whatever the full thing is.
Right.
So they're not losing anything necessarily, or you're not losing anything, but they have everything to gain. So you have to kind of change your mindset about that.
And for Mike and and there are other people, Machen has done some designs. I know Lulu's done some designs. I don't know if anybody else has, but the other thing you can offer, if you've done designs for that industry, is, and this is what I do, these are designs that not the average user can have. They're not, you won't even find them in the design catalog or the automation catalog. And I'm offering them, I normally charge for these for other Mailbox Power users, but if you sign up today, or if you become my customer versus somebody else's customer, I will throw them in at no cost or something like that, or half price or whatever it is. Because you're my customer, you get different benefits than the average Mailbox Power user has.
That's right. Adding value all the time. Somebody's got their hand up. Karen, it looks like, has her.
Mary
Mary
and Karen have their hand up. Karen?
Mary was first. She was on first.
Mary, are you
With her hand.
there? I see the dog. I think it's a dog.
It's dark.
No,
I
it's
can't
her.
see.
It's so dark, you can't tell. Mary,
We
can you
can't
talk?
see your whole face.
Yeah,
I think she's got audio problems.
okay. We will wait then, and we'll go to Karen, and if Mary gets her audio working, or maybe she can text you, Kimberly, and you can ask the question, or.
Yeah, Mary, text me your question on the phone. Unless you're on
Now
the
we
phone.
can see you, Mary.
There she is. Okay, Karen.
This is, boy, I got on the right call. Thank you, Irma. You answered one of my questions. You asked one of my questions. So you're not offering an onboarding when people come on now? You're letting them use the system unless you promote is your time and you charge them?
So yes, so Karen, now corporate does, Bobby Joe does
Right.
multiple, and they aren't onboardings. They are, open
I've been
out
on them.
for help.
I've been on
Um,
a couple of them.
if you are an executive, you do get to schedule
Right.
the time as an executive. And on Wednesdays, I believe it is Frank, I think it's still Frank, is doing more of an onboarding type training. Don't quote me on that because I haven't been on it in a while. Has anybody else been on it? But that's
I'll
what,
check it out.
yeah, that's what they were doing. And then there's the onboarding right on the site. So generally, and I actually learned this from Lulu. So I'm going to give back a shout out to Lulu, because I was just sitting down with my customers right away to get them started right away. And I took a page from Lulu's book, and Lulu said, do me a favor and watch the onboarding training first and take notes, because then you'll get more value out of my hour. So I took that out of your book, Lulu, and now I tell customers, unless it's somebody that I need to get up and running right away, or they're planning on paying for my services anyways and not doing it themselves, I generally say, go watch the onboarding training. And as soon as you have that done, we will schedule the time, but you have to watch it and then reach out to me to schedule the hour. That way I'm not scheduling an hour when I sign them up and finding out they haven't watched the training. So I've been doing that. So yes, Karen, and I always pose it as that hour. That isn't something that comes with the Mailbox Power system. That comes because they signed up with Brenda. There are many, and I won't tell you the percentage, it's pretty darn high. There are a lot of people that sign Mailbox Power customers up and on to next. And they aren't doing that because you're buying the system, and they're pointing them to the Bobby Joe and to the executive. And that's not how I choose to run my business. And I know that many of you run it the same way I do, but there are a lot of people who don't. And we need to add that value. When we are signing somebody up, we need to say, I normally charge $100 an hour for training, but because you signed up, or $200, whatever it is, but because you signed up with me, you get your first hour, you get your first 2 hours for free. Well, now you've just shown a value to it, because I didn't used to do that. And then my time was taken advantage of, and people value their time, and they don't want to waste their time, and they want to charge other people for their time. But when it comes to your time, they didn't seem to value it until I started doing that.
And posing that at the very beginning sets the precedent, so that if people continually are calling you and need you to babysit them through it, now you've already set that
Expectation.
Thank you. That, you're going to pay, you'll pay for it. I'm here and I'm happy to help you, but we've gone through the training, whatever. And there's so much. I tell people, if you go into Canva, you have nobody to talk to. You got to figure that out and watch the videos. There's no chat. There's nobody to help you. With Mailbox Power, there's the trainings during the week. There's tons of videos and tutorials. There's the chat within Mailbox Power. And there's the group that they can come and ask questions and whatever. So they don't need to be reaching out to us all the time. I don't mind if it's just a quick thing, but
it never is.
Setting that expectation. And I've also learned that the ones that typically that are reaching out all the time and they don't know how to do things, they're the ones that just drop off because they want you to do it for them. Typically. It's a lot of that going on.
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Brenda. This was the perfect call for me to jump back in on.
Good.
That was my stumbling block, was trying to figure out how to train somebody, because that's not who I am. I'm not that hands-on. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to be that person so much.
And don't be that person.
Okay.
And push them to the trainings, point them to the tools that are available in the system. And if they need hand holding, Mike and I do offer training. Now, if it's a PETA client and you know that you really don't want to put that on Mike and Brenda, please don't. But if it's truly that's just not what you want to do, because you don't have the time, you have a full-time job or you're doing something else, we do offer we do charge, but we do offer training on the Mailbox Power system. So just know, and you can reach out to us. It's also on our website. Mike, before I forget, before I get to other hands, you asked what the URL of the onboarding lesson is. There is no URL. It is directly on your homepage. Hold on one second. I'm going to bring my dashboard up. I'm going to share the screen again. I get this all the time, and they have posted this a lot. Mailbox Power onboarding training right here. It's right on their main dashboard. Everybody has it. You know, I've been in Mailbox Power a long time. It never goes away. So they can go back at any time and do that training. Mary, did you get your, you want to try again?
Thank you.
I still can't hear Mary. Did she text you, Kimberly?
No, she's having issues with Zoom, but thank you so much.
No worries. Does corporate still do it for you? What do you mean, Suzanne?
Well, corporate used to, there was, if you were an executive,
Yes,
you could go
you
in
have the
and
bell.
they would load your contacts and set everything up
No,
to get you started.
No, they will not do it for you. Executives, that bell is not done for you. It is done with you.
Okay.
It is training. Yes,
Okay,
they're gonna, if you have the file and it's in the right format, they're gonna step you through you doing it and uploading
Mhm.
that file. But if it's not in the right format, no, they are not fixing it. They are not helping you other than showing you how to do it. So if you have somebody that needs more help, then that bell where you get the half hour of setup for an executive, and again, they handhold you. In other words, they're doing it with you. If you need somebody that needs it done for them, again, there used to be done for you trainers, myself included, Andrea,
Machen.
no, Machen wasn't one of
Yeah.
the done for you. There were only Bruce, there were only a few of us, and not everybody's doing, even offering it anymore. I am. So if you need somebody, please reach out. Oh, Kim, but Kim now works for corporate, so she's not a done for you. She's corporate now, so she does the onboarding through the bell. So if you need somebody that needs something done for them, that is one of the other done for you trainers that used to be listed out there. Let's see, did Mary get her volume working? I don't think so.
I don't
All right,
think so.
Alan. Did you have something, Alan?
I just wanted to say that this discussion has been very helpful to me with respect to getting folks started. I'm encouraged that I have the ability to get people involved. It's getting them to consume on a regular basis that concerns me. I am used to charging additionally for my services in the legal consulting arena. So this is very useful. I was worried about my nonprofit in New Bedford. He chose to bite off migrating accounting and CRM as well. So he's a little behind schedule, but this week he's going to join me on one of Bobby Joe's calls, and we're just going to start knocking off automations for him and approach it that way. And then I like your guys' thought of offering an hour after they put their money on the table and do the onboarding and go from there. So I'm just curious, does anybody care to share what sort of rates they charge when assisting clients?
Machen.
Yeah, I would be happy. I wanted to say some big takeaway from that, and I'll be happy to share like rates and stuff. One thing I heard was that you have, and I didn't really consider it. I never used this way. Instead, I go make things that are way more complicated. And so I really like what I heard. We have like the 90-day membership, and then we have like your time onboarding. And then we know what we value our time at. And if we don't, you're making a big mistake. Go figure it out. To figure it out, just go ask, like, hey, will you pay me $100 to do this? And then hey, it took me an hour. I get paid $100 an hour. If it was valuable to them, it's valuable. So anyhow, the big takeaway is that when we take all those things and put them in a big old stack, we go, yeah, you get the Facebook community, you get the Monday mastermind calls, you get access to me to onboard, you get 90 days, blah, 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 you get yada, yada, you get 200 card, you get, you just pay postage, yada, yada. But that's if you act today. And then you just pull one back, and it's nothing false. There's no, Brenda, you kind of mentioned it, like the people that say like, oh, well, we're doing this, and then they sign people up and they just move on. That feels weird, and it feels bad when you're the customer. That's why we're saying maybe don't do that. And so for our customers, we go, oh yeah, here's the value. You get the 90-day thing. It's a limited time offer. It's going away at some point. Do we know what day? No. But no, that's not what I said. I didn't say, hey, it's going away tomorrow. Hurry up, sign up. And that makes me a liar. Instead, we could say, like, here's the whole stack of value. And you can just kind of pull it away and go, oh, you didn't sign up, so I can't do the free designs, but I can help you import your contacts. That goes away on Monday. And then Monday comes around, oh, I can't do the importing of contacts, but if you sign up for executive, they'll do it with you. Mm-hmm. And you can they'll know what the hourly is. You've already just started taking things away, and they're like, I should have signed up. And then 3 months, 6 months later, when you ask them the same thing, hey, remember that thing? We're doing it again. So you get the whole thing. And they go, okay, me first. I'm not missing it this time. And so it's like a huge concept that you've given us all of the tools here, including this call. Yep. When you say, here's all the valuable things, Brenda's been doing this a long time. She shows up on Monday, and then your customer goes, but can you make me a Christmas card? No. But I know Mike and Brenda can. Thank you. Yep. Moving on. And then the hourly rate, Alan, you asked. I charge $150 an hour, basically, across everything. So if it's like importing contacts, instead of doing, $50 flat fee and then $20 to design a card and $10, I say $150 an hour, $150 for copywriting, $150 for design, $150 for editing, $150 for consulting, $150. So you want to sit down and have 10 hours worth of time, you know what the price is. Or I'll spend an hour with you each day this month, blah, 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 blah. The value is this, sign up today, and then slowly start taking that away. And then they come, and that new deal hasn't come around. They go, I have to do it. I have to sign up today. I had that just happen just now. Friday, and then they're like, hurry, 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 hurry. Wait, which I don't know if you've ever had that, but that's always exciting too. But hell came. And so the car places and the roofing places all came all at once. Got to send out thousands of mailers everywhere, and it's like, well, did you get your account? No. What's that account that you said I could just do it for like $100, right? Not anymore. $200. But if you want my time, $150 an hour, you know what the deal is, because I got this big package. But if you want the big package, flat fee, and I can just say, $5,000 for the year. You pay for your annual, then you pay for my stuff, and you get the designs, and Brenda will do your Christmas cards or whatever. It makes it easier. So that was my big takeaway.
Awesome. Thank you, Machen. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
There was a few things that I wanted to key into what Machen said. Is one, taking it away. No, that's only available till Monday. You missed Monday. And you can put it as, I've seen lots of other presenters do this. I have blocked the next week or 2 weeks off for new signups and setting time aside for you. That's why I'm offering this right now. Normally, I don't have the time to offer it to you without charging. But for this presentation, I have blocked time off on my schedule for the next week or the next 2 weeks, whatever it is you want to say. So that's one. Two, I am going to disagree with Machen just a little bit. Machen likes to charge a flat hourly rate. As a customer, I have been charged a flat hourly rate. I hated it. So I don't do that. I only do that when I'm offering training for affiliates or training on the system. Otherwise, you tell me what you want and I give you a flat fee package. And the more you do, the bigger the discount. So that's why I don't put pricing out there. Because if you do one, it's way higher than if you do 10 postcards or something like that. So, and my flat fee per hour for Mailbox Power training, not affiliate training, so not growing Mailbox Power, but if you just need help managing your system and uploading contacts and learning how to navigate and build favorites folders and things like that, is $100 an hour. So,
May I just say that what I was
I know what you
saying
mean.
there is to stack that value and
Yeah.
say it would take 40 hours. And so
Yeah.
if you wanted to hire someone like me, you can go get a VA for $5 an hour and they can
Yeah.
learn the system. I would charge for 40 hours, it'd be $12,000.
Yep.
However, just pay this one flat fee.
Yeah.
So it's a red herring.
Yep.
It's
I
kind of
do
like the
same
birthday thing.
thing.
You don't want people to sign up for the birthday thing. You want them to sign up for the executive account.
Yep.
It's like, here's an option you don't want.
Yep.
Okay, and here's a potential solution. If you're thirsty and you need water, you could drink 50 gallons of water, your entire weight, or you could try this Gatorade packet. And so I'm giving them the terrible option in the hourly rate. Like, hey, on average, the industry charges $140 a lead for your industry. I can do it for 10 cents. So it's like typical option or my solution. So yeah, the hourly rate, I don't actually charge you one
Yeah. I know.
that hourly rate unless they want software.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like you could pay $10,000 for the year, or you just buy your membership for the year, and this is what comes with it. If you don't buy it by Monday, take it away. So I at
And
least I need to defend myself.
I
I
love
don't want you to
that
try to go
Machen.
charge people, everybody, like,
No.
hey,
No. The-
clock's ticking, buddy.
yeah.
The only people
no.
that do that are the attorneys, and they pay well for this. I'm just
Yes,
saying they'll
they
pay
do.
you. Go get them.
So I'm gonna agree with Machen there. I always do that and add, say if you did it all separately, it would be this much. The reason why I say not hourly is because if somebody says they want a design and I say it's $150 an hour, they have no idea whether it's going to take me 2, 3, 4 hours. And there have been times that I've charged, we'll say 200, and it takes me 10 hours to get something done, and I stick to my 200. And there's other times that I might have said 200, and it was so easy peasy, and I didn't realize it, and it was like a half an hour or an hour of my time. So it washes out in the end. And there are some clients that, yeah, I make a lot less per hour. When I first started doing this, I went back and averaged it out and figured out on average I was making about $500 to $750 an hour. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to raise my prices because I'm worth way more than that. So anyways, I just noticed the time. I've kept you after class, but just FYI, Machen said we show up every Monday and do this. And I said it's $100 for training on the system. And Karen did ask in the chat, and it is in the link. I put the link to our website that offers some of our packages. It's $200 an hour for affiliate training, and you just got a half an hour for free. So that's $100 of my time, $100 value at no cost. You need to invite more people to this call. This is one of those tools that is a no-cost tool that you can add value to new affiliates signing up. And you can say, she normally charges $200 an hour. I'm going to do a caveat. in case somebody's watching this and it's 3 years from now and I'm charging more, it's whatever the going rate is, but today it's $200 an hour. So I mean, they're getting $100. Think of that. That's like at $400 extra every single month, $400 to $500 extra value on top of their affiliate, their other tools that they have. And
I have one technical question. When uploading into Excel, do they have to put the unit number in a different cell? Or
No.
can they?
no,
No?
no, I never put it in an extra cell. I always put it in address 1. The reason
I tried.
why,
Yes.
the reason why is
Okay.
because there are times you need address 2 for other things, you know, care of, or,
Okay.
or, so here's one tip that I'm going to give you right now on our mailing list. There are some people that don't want the Nixies back. They want it to go to every house that they've chosen in that area, or every business, whether it can be delivered or not. Download the list, move address 1 over to address 2. If there is an address 2, make sure you merge address 1 with address 2. And now we're getting technical and you're all glazing over with deer and headlight eyes. You need to call me, pay Machen, pay somebody to do it. You move it all over, you merge it into address 2, and address 1 becomes or current resident. Now they will not return any of them. So whether the resident has moved or not, perfect example, I have a glass company. It doesn't matter if the person's moved, he doesn't want it back. He's looking for a certain income range, and that he still wants it delivered to that house, because if it's a new owner, they might need glass stuff. So that was your
Wow.
bonus in
That's
this.
Current resident. That's a bomb right there. Current resident in all caps always gets delivered.
I wouldn't do it in all caps, because
Postmaster did say that.
I know, but now you're taking away the personalization and you're making.
As long as it works.
I know.
I've just never tried it. So as long as it works,
I
that's
always
great.
use slower. I use sentence case and still use first name, because now you can still use first name. Dear Ann, or Ann, do you need new glass? Do you need landscaping? Whatever it might be. Now you can still use first name, but it still gets delivered. So it's still personalized mail, but it will be delivered and not returned to you. So
Okay, but you're talking about like a farming.
yes. Mhm.
Okay, not personal.
Personal mail, put all of it in address line 1.
Okay, thank you.
All in address line. This is my personal opinion. All in address line 1.
Okay.
One last tip, because I've had this recently, and I'm going to disagree with customer support. Because I've had several customers come back to me. This is my way of doing things. You do it whatever works for you. Always put, if you want to address to a couple like Michael and Brenda, Michael and Brenda goes in first name. The last name goes in last name. If Brenda's last name is Miles and Michael's last name is Sanchez, I do Michael and Brenda, Sanchez / Miles. So both last names are on the card. It's in the last name field, but you always get to use first name in the cards without any problem.
But then you can't use spouse.
Or merge.
You don't want to use in these cases, and again, we're way over time, and I'm getting into training that I normally charge for, but if it's an insurance agent, a real estate agent, anybody who's sending stuff out to a couple, like the ultimate closing or recipes or home maintenance tips. You don't want it to say, and the reason why I do this, Irma, is because then I know I can easily pull all the records that are for Christmas cards or whenever I'm doing a mailing to both. It's my way of separating things. If that doesn't work for you, follow what a lot of people on the customer support line train, but it makes it way more complicated for some of the other things that the industries
Wow.
want to do.
I
So with
actually
that-
do that, but I also will put them on a different address with just their first name and spouse name for different things. Do you do
Yes.
that?
Yes, so I have one that's Brenda, I have one that's Michael, and I have another contact that's Michael and Brenda.
Yep.
Right, right.
Yep. So
Okay.
with that, I do have to go. We have our grandkids
Thank you.
today.
Thank
Have an
Great
you.
call.
amazing
Thank you.
week,
Thank you,
and
Brenda.
I'll see
Thank
you
you.
next week. And Alan, if you reach out to me, we'll get your design done that Kimberly so graciously gave you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
Great call.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.